Good, cool morning to you. What am I making for you today? Oh, this is Luann's at Luann's Kitchen. I am going to make a chiffon cake. So let me turn you around and let me show you how to make it. So I got 2 cups of flour, and this is all-purpose flour. If you was using cake flour, it'd be 2 1/4, I do believe, and a cup and a half of sugar. And I need to add 3 tablespoons of baking powder and a teaspoon of salt. And I'm using the I forgot what it's called. I need to mix this together. The Himalayan pink salt, that's what I'm using in here. So I need to mix this together. And then I need to get my other ingredients so I can get that doing. Let me get this mixed together and I'll be right back. Now we need to blend in our wet ingredients to this. There is about 2 tablespoons of orange zest. We got 7 egg yolks. Some of them busted, so I have to clean that out. 3/4 cup of water. And a half a cup of vegetable oil, which I'm using canola oil because that is what I got. So we got to beat this together and mix this all together. And then I will show you the other part. And don't throw away those egg whites because it goes for the next area. Now I need a cup of egg whites, which the book says about 8, but in actuality it was about 9 for me. It may be different for you. And I added a half teaspoon of cream of tartar. We need to beat these egg whites until stiff peaks form. So, and I don't know what happened to my little wire beater, but I have it around here somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and just use this one. And I'll be right back. Now that the eggs are beaten to a soft peak, we need to gradually add our egg yolk mixture and fold it in. So I'm going to do it that way and fold it in. You just go like that. It's hard to do this one-handed. Like I said, we need to gradually add that. You don't want to get your egg mixture beaten down, but just gradually add your egg yolk mixture gradually. And fold it in with a rubber spatula before we put it in our bundt cake pan. Because this is a bundt cake. So I will get this done and I'll bring you back when I'm pouring it in the bundt cake pan. Now our cake mix is all mixed together. We need to pour it into our bundt cake pan. So, and it's supposed to be ungreased, but I sprayed it anyway. It might have more than just this. Or enough of this. So let me get this done and I'll be right back. We put it in a 325-degree oven. I used a toaster oven. It's supposed to bake for an hour and a half, well, hour and a quarter. But I'm going to keep an eye on it because you need to keep an eye on it anyway. Because my toaster oven always cooks faster and it's more hotter. I probably should lower that down, but I'm not going to because you can't because of this pan right here. But you bake it until it lightly springs back. So I got it in the oven. Now it's time to clean up my kitchen and lick the bowl, of course. Okay, the ingredients I used for this, the only thing that I bought was the 2 oranges, and they were 88 cents each. So I already had the flour, which I did price the flour. $2.34, and the sugar was $3.24, and the eggs were $1.56. So that is really the only thing that I got to make this cake, because I already have the flour and the sugar, and I did have the cream of tartar already, so which was an unopened container. So now we wait for the cake and then to get done, and we need to wait until it cools down and invert it, which I may not do. I'm not 100% on that, but that is what we're waiting for it to get done. And this recipe reminds me of angel food cake, which I do have a couple of good angel food cakes. I might bring that to you next week. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So let's on to the frosting recipe, and I will show you in between the frosting recipe. I will show you the cake, what it looks like after it's done. I had to put aluminum foil over my top of my cake. You may not have to, but this, like I said, the toaster oven bakes hot, and this is a oyster toaster oven, and it does do air fry as well. But that is what I had to do, put aluminum foil over the top, and it is raising beautifully. So just a hint, if you're using a oyster brand toaster oven or a toaster oven in general, you need to keep an eye on it. And I filled the bundt cake too full, so I do have a little bit of underneath there. It is leaking out of the middle of the bundt cake pan, but I still got at least another 30 minutes before it is done, so I will have to clean that out before I use my oven after I bake this cake. I'm going to be making the frosting. I got a 1/3 cup of softened butter and about a teaspoon and a half, which I didn't measure, of orange zest. And I'm going to add 3 cups. Let me move this up a little bit. 3 cups of powdered sugar. I'm using 1/2 cup implements. So there is 2 cups, about give or take. And I got to add a tablespoon to 3 tablespoons of orange juice. I'm not gonna. Let's add 1 more cup for good measure, 1/2 cup. And now I need to mix this. And this is like an orange buttercream. You could use lemon juice if need be. I'm going to add a little bit more orange juice to that. And let's go ahead and add our other, a little bit more of the powdered sugar. And this is will be more of a drizzle for the cake. So that looks like that is pretty well mixed. Now let's drizzle it on the cake. Got my cake and it is nice and cooled down, so I'm just going to get a little bit of this and just drizzle it on. I don't claim to be a pretty cake decorator, just so you know. I'm just an average housewife that loves to cook. And I do love trying new recipes as well. So I'm going to finish this and I'll show you the end product. Ain't that pretty and gorgeous? I kind of did a heavy on one side and not on the other side. But I thought I would show you the pretty cake.